Everybody okay? Yeah. We continue the last time story, okay? You know the hunter, told you last time, no? He went hunting, and trapping and caging and doing all kind of stuff to catch the poor, innocent, unaware animals. So one day he caught a bird. He held it in his hand. Yeah. Wow, beautiful bird. You know what we say in Vietnam? A bird in a hand is better than 3 in the sky. Oh, same thing in English?
1 in the hand.
1 hand?
And 2 in the bush.
Better than 2 in the bush? We say better than 3 in the sky. 3 in the sky is, forget it, Don't bother to even look. So he caught one in his hand already. Wow, it's better than 2 in the bushes. Yeah? Of course, African, they say bushes. Vietnam, we don't have bushes in the sky. More open. Yeah. Vietnam, very beautiful country. Behind is a mountain. In front is a sea. It's almost like a sofa, it's long like this, and behind is a high mountain. We call it long mountain. Trường Sơn. Yeah. And in front is a long sea. I'm also the sea. Yeah. Not very long, short, but also the sea. So it's very open, you see? It's not so big like African continent, yeah? So we don't have bushes, in like African continent. Africa is very big, yeah? So the one who say that 1 bird in the hand, better than 2 in the bush, they're in the middle of the continent. They have never seen the sea. Probably in the jungle, African is very lushful, a lot of trees, big, yeah? So probably he cannot see very far, not further than the bush in front of him. Especially long time ago. This saying cannot be new, right? It must be long time ago.
In Spanish also.
Spanish also say the same? What did they say in Spanish?
Un pájaro en mano es mejor que 2 volando. Pájaro en mano es mejor que 2 volando.
Que 2 volando. Oh, you see, in the sky. You see the different geography. They say different thing. Not 2, but in the sky, flying, you see? Because why? Spain also the same. Mountain and big sea all over. So the guy who said this must have been standing in front of the sea somewhere. On the beach, an open space. So he said, oh, flying. And in Vietnam, we stand on the mountain, we look at the sea, we say, 2, 3 in the sky. Who cares? 5, 6, 7. 1 in the hand is still better than, I don't care, 500 in the sky, right? Not just 2, but even 2,000. Who cares? Huh? We can add many 0, 2 million. Also makes no difference to us. Okay, this guy, probably he didn't learn the lesson from the Spanish, like, Una pájaro a mano es mejor que 2 volando. See, this guy. You see, he didn't learn this lesson at all, from African even. And the African people knows about birds, yeah? Who knows more about the birds than the African? We have African parrots, such beautiful things in Africa, huh? And the African people do know about birds, but this guy probably didn't come from Africa, You will see, he did not learn at all, not even from the Vietnamese. That 1 bird in the hand is better than 3 in the sky. I think the Chinese say the same thing. Isn't that funny? Anything that is wise, good, common sense, we all understand, yeah? Spanish, Africans, South, North, Middle, whatever, yeah? And Chinese, Vietnamese, all understand the same. They say the same stuff in China also. This guy, I don't know where he came from, because he did not learn the lesson. He got the bird in the hand, okay? And the bird began talking to him. Say, if you let me go, I will give you 3 advices. Very valuable, very, very, very precious advices that I have never given anybody else. He has never been caught before. this bird, first time. I'm no use to you, captive. Set me free. And then I will give you 3 advices. The man say, oh, how do I know if you give me? If I let you go, maybe you just gone away. So the bird say, no. Look at me. Look at my eyes. I promise, Okay, you just put me next to you on the branch nearby. So I give you the first advice. And if you don't like it, you can always catch me. Okay. No, to be sure, the man bites out a piece of his thread, and tied it on the bird's foot and hold it a little bit. Okay, never mind. You're right. Okay. Hold it, yeah. And then the bird said, okay, if you put me on the branch there with the string there, string attached, we call it, I will give you the first advice. Okay. So the man said, okay, I try. Hold him. And he put it on the branch next to him, very near anyway, so it's easy to catch back. And then the bird say, the first advice say, if you happen to lose something, even as valuable as your life, don't ever regret it, because it's only make you feel worse. The man agreed. Yes, it's true, If you lost something already, no matter what you do, you lost it, right? No matter you cry, you scream, you do anything, what's the use anymore anyway? Continue living, move on, it would be best, right? Okay. So the man said, okay, good. Not bad. For a bird brain. You really had some wisdom. So the hunter asked for the second advice. And the bird said, you have to let me go to a higher branch, on top of the tree. Then I will tell you the second one. Okay. By now, the string is too short anyway. So he said, okay. All right, so he took the string off. And the bird went right on top of him anyway. It's not far away. It's not far. You can always see me, yeah? You can see me here. I'm not gone anywhere. Okay, so the man let him go. And he flew on top of the tree and standing there. He gave him an advice. The bird said to the hunter, never believe in anything at all. Never believe anything that is contrary to common sense without any proof. The man said, oh, not bad. Truly like that. It is true, If we hear something, or we know something, or somebody told us something which is not sensible, it's contrary to sense, like no sense, yes. Also without proof, then we should not believe it. You're right. Good. Okay. The man is still watching, want to catch a bird, so he said, no, not yet. The man demands the third advice. So the bird said, okay, I will fly to the other tree over there. Yeah, a little bit higher. I can see better a little bit, I've been in the trap for so long. I like some fresh air and I see the view, the bird like to see the view. Yeah, and I'm right there, you can see me even. Then I'll give you the third advice. By then he knows that the man cannot shoot him anymore, cannot catch him, cannot shoot him, cannot do any net to trap him, anything at all. So the man said, okay, you have kept your promise, and you're still there, I can see you. Okay, good, go there. So the bird flew over to the other treetop, which is much, much higher and farther away from him, even though you still can see him. There he's still there, yeah, of course, a little dot, but look like a bird, yeah, that's a bird. Okay. So the bird felt very safe now, safe. So the man said, okay, third advice. The bird said, you know what? Silly guy. I have 2 precious stones within me, jewel. If you have killed me when you caught me in your hand, you would have had them, One is a diamond, the other is a flawless ruby. You silly. And you let me go. So The man was very, very miserable and upset. And said, oh, truly, that was a pity. Okay, but at least give me the third advice, no? The bird say, what a fool you are. I gave you 3 already. You could not even make do with the first one. Huh? And then you ask for more. What for? I can stand here forever giving you advice, but you're too foolish to use it. The first one you could not even make use of it. I have warned you from the first advice that if you're losing something, even if as good as your life, don't regret it. I have warned you that maybe you're going to lose something. But you did not even, move your brainwave 1 millimeter. You don't know anything. And then the second one, I'm warning you again, that don't ever believe anything that is opposite to sense, yeah? The things that don't make sense even without proof. And you still continue not heeding my advice. And now you are doing both. Like believing something ridiculous and feeling very grievance because you're losing them. I am so small like this. How can I house in me 2 big jewels? I would have died already. How can I even swallow them into my tiny throat anyway? You silly man. Yes, he said. So he say, okay, since you are such a fool, you must stay within the usual restriction that's made for human. You understand, yeah? Okay, in any case, this is the story to tell the students not to be attached to anything first. Yes, they just prepare your mind, like in the Muslim circle before. They prepare the students, even such a thing like this, they tell them so that the student already prepare. Maybe there is something incredible, but then you have to listen and judge it for yourself. And of course, like if you practice with a master, then you demand the proof, no? Yeah. If the master say, okay, you're going to be enlightened, then of course you demand, I want to see the light, no? And if you don't see it, then he's not a master, right? No proof, yes? So this is the teacher told the story to prepare the student for something incredible. Even if it doesn't make sense to you at the time, it will happen. Not like in this story. Okay? Any question?
I was thinking about getting a bird.
Yeah, you are?
Yeah.
Okay. Story for you?
Yeah. So what would your advice be to someone?
What for you want a bird? Adoption?
I love animals. Yeah.
You want to adopt one? A cat and a bird?
I would like to get a bird.
I'm not sure they get on, unless they've been together since child. Maybe she understands, but it's not for sure. What for you? You want a bird? You want to adopt a bird or you want to buy a bird?
Well, I looked at both options.
Adopt one if you have to have one. Adopt. Always adopt.
Uh-huh.
Because buying, that means one bird is not adopted. Yeah? And maybe die in somewhere in a small cases. Because not every center for birds or animals have big cases. Adopt one if you want one. But it's a lot of work, huh? You cannot just have a bird and just put in a cage and every day look at him, huh? You have to talk to him daily. You have to put him on the hand and, caress him like a lover. Truly like that. Otherwise, it's no use to bring a bird in your house just to look at or just to possess a bird. Not even adoption. It's a lot of work. Cats are work. Dogs are work. Birds are work. You must know. There are things that you don't know about birds. And if you really want to adopt one, and if you have room for it, he needs room to fly around. Yes? And you have to clean all the time because the cage will not be clean. And if you let him fly all over the furniture, be prepared that you have no sofa unturned, no electric cord uneaten, no television sometime in the middle of nowhere. Just suddenly television doesn't work. He eats the electric cord. And you have to know what plants you must not have in your garden or in your house. Because some plants are poisonous even for dogs or cat or birds. You see, birds in the wild, they know what they do because they have been trained by their parents and by their flocks what to do. But birds in captivities, they have been in cages in the time of great-great-great-grandfather, mother already. They don't know how to survive in the wild. They don't know which plant is poison even. They don't know electric cord is dangerous even. My bird eats a lot of electric cord. I'm surprised he's still alive, you know. Maybe at that time we switch it off, so a lucky guy. Yeah. And now I have to watch him all the time in case he eat the electric cord. He eat it like noodles, you know. It look like noodles, so we just eat it to try. I told you already in my book, huh? It's true story. And birds are very sensitive to many things. Like you can't even bring him in the kitchen too often, or when you're cooking with some kind of different utensil, because they emit some film, which is no good for them. And you have to know what kind of solution to use to clean his cage, or to clean him, or to bath him, to spray him when summer, winter, how much, how many times, how many hours you have to spend with what kind of birds. It depends on what kind of birds. Some birds are very independent. Some birds are very attached to humans. They could die if you go away, or if you die, or if you pass them away to somebody else. They cannot continue being heartbroken forever. Maybe the old caretaker give it to the center, you know. But if they give it to you and then you give it away again, or you're gone away, they be heartbroken. Really, they are very sensitive. Dogs and cats, they can survive without, you know, they can make it. But birds are different. Very sensitive being. Their environment has to be very, very clean because they are susceptible, you know, to unhygienic condition. You see, in the sky, the fly is always clean, and they always alight on top of the trees, which are cleaned by sunshine, by rain, by wind. Yes, mostly yes. And they bath in a big grand river. They drink from the, you know, the running brook. Yes. But in the captivity, they have no choice. They can't do it. And they also have hormone, you know, racking within themselves. It's a lot of things to do for birth. And you can't, you know, you can't fix a bird like you fix a dog or a cat, you know. It's a lot of work to have a bird, so you have to consider it before, okay? You have to study, you have to buy a book or something and read whether or not this bird is suitable for you, even, or your environment is suitable for that bird or not, and how much work you have to put in for that bird, and can you? How much time you have per day? Wow, a lot of work, baby. My God. Dogs even less work than birds, because you can't just let him run around forever in the house. You have to give him a room to stay, or unless you train him from little child, otherwise he will bite everything in your house. My bird eat all my furniture before, and I told you, I became a yogi naturally. No attachment to furniture, at least. Not only furniture, the carpet. He eat it one block at a time. The kitchen vinyl, eat also one block at a time. The fruit, he try one piece banana, doesn't like it, throw it. Apple, maybe try. One bite, doesn't like it. Throw everything. And maybe mango, okay, try one bite. No, doesn't like it. He just, grab it and throw it on the floor. And then I have to go and run around and, clean it up and eat the leftover. Or give to dogs, or do whatever with it. But he won't clean it up for you. And he won't go down and eat the rest. Sometimes the dog, like you give him a piece of fruit or food, maybe he eat half and then half he throw it, somewhere. But later he might come back and lick it up or clean it up for you. But the birds, no. They don't go on the floor, that's for sure. They like the higher the better, yeah? And sometimes they go up right on the ceiling there and just stand there forever. You call him down, he won't come down. When he come down, you are asleep and he come poke your nose or whatever. Yeah, and dig a hole in your blanket, yeah, your bed. The sponge they like to play is soft, yeah, easy to dig, yeah. They dig the whole thing out, one hole at a time, one corner at a time. And it's okay if you can afford to buy another one and keep buying, you know. Because they like to chew things. In nature, they chew onto, dry branches and all that in order to keep their beak in a favorable condition. Otherwise, they keep growing, you see. Yes. And then you have to trim the nails, cut the nails if you don't have, the thing for them to trim it themselves. I do the clever way. I cover half with the sandpaper. So wherever he stand on, half of it, on the top is smooth, no sandpaper. But the bottom is sandpaper, so just right where the nails is. Every day he go like that. He just trim his nails by himself, because they don't like to be trimmed, their nails like that. And woe to you if you don't take good care. He just fly away, and then you'll be heartbroken. Not because you lose a bird, but because you don't know what will happen to him. You don't know if he live or die, he won't tell you. He won't come back. Maybe he come back, but then he'll be in a very bad shape many days later. And then he might go again. They can always fly. Just a second you open the door, they come out, Yes. Otherwise you have to put them in cage, and you don't like everything. Birds is a lot of work. You have to know what food to give him. As the vet, check up, vitamin, cleaning the body. Not like dog, you can shampoo him and then put it in the garden and hose him down like that. The bird's different. You have to clean the feathers. Sometimes they get dirty, A lot of work, honey. And it's not to talk about, sometimes they're angry. They dig a hole in your hand or something, yeah. And the sharp nail,
I've already been bitten once.
Yeah, I told you. Everybody who has bird has at least been bitten once. And what they love most is the ear, And if you have a bird and one day you come back and I see only one ear left, I will not ask. Oh, yeah, both ears gone. I won't ask. Any other animal you want before? Just bird, right? Just because we talk about birds. Not to talk about that, your cat. He might be jealous. And then he might eat your birds while you're not there. Any second, we're done. Yeah? And also not to talk about the bird who's jealous with your cat. Either way, either he pick him or he growl them. Because they're not been together since they were young. Yes? And the cat has been with you a long time, attached to you, like partner. See, animals, they do take you as partner. Because they're not in natural habitat. In natural habitat, they have a partner for life. So for you, it's like a partner for life. Either that or dad or mom or brother, sister. It's just for life. And just very, very faithful. Yeah? So maybe either of them may get jealous, When one of my bird adopted come home and he saw other bird, wow, he bit me also. First he was kissing me all over, and then he come home and saw another bird, or the male bird even. Especially if it's a male bird, or a male cat or male dog. They really get jealous and you'll be in trouble. Even if you keep them separate, there's a friction atmosphere in the house. And you can feel it. Sometimes it gives you pressure too. It's not like you like something and you have it. Okay? Yeah. Okay, if you cannot have a bird, you just go and give donation to some bird that you like. Yeah? Like foster or something. Okay, I like that bird. Every day you can come and see him, talk to him, and give some money for the caretaker to take special care for him. Yeah. Or buy a bigger cage for him. Yeah. Something like that. If you can do it, then you of course you do it. You have to think carefully and feel which one is suitable. Okay, huh?
Yeah, I've been going to the pet store a lot and just playing with the birds, trying to
think which one.
To them. Yeah.
Well, that's difficult for me to tell you, huh? Especially when you have a cat. Yes. It's a joke. It's a bad joke, but I just read it yesterday or something. A little kid was feeding a cat. He's a house cat with the bird nuts and pellet. And the mother said, Lisa, what are you doing? Lisa, I'm feeding the bird. I said, but he's not a bird. You're feeding the cat. And Lisa said, but that's where my budgie is. budgie, you know, a small bird. Is it inside the cat? You capiche? It's a bad story, but it could happen, you know. I'm sorry, enlightened is one thing, jealousy is another. I'm not sure if your bird or your cat that enlightened. Even between enlightened people, there's still jealousy, you know, more or less, but they control better. But birds and sometimes instincts is strong. Bird or dogs or cat, they're too strong, and just 1 second and too late, you know. Well, I could talk forever about birds, but be careful, huh? You have to read well, be well acquainted, because you have to really take very delicate care of the bird. They're not like dog or cat, you know what I mean? Because you are used to with cat, you think it's no work, he come in and out by himself, he even wash himself and all that. No, birds are different, okay? Right. Any more question about cat? No, huh? That's all? Okay, good. Anyone else?
Master, I have a cat. Her name's Annabella, and I've got 2 Cocker Spaniel dogs.
Cocker Spaniel dogs, yes.
And I was wondering, Master, what the affinity is between the 3 of us, because it's amazing the relationship my 3 animals have, even just with one another. Especially like with the cat, usually the dogs are very protective and play with her. And in fact, the one dog, I think he thinks he has a relationship with her because he's loving more than normal.
I know.
And they're just really very cute.
Yeah, maybe they have a relationship before. But normally, animals, they can foster a relationship very quick. Especially if they're together in the same household. They think of each other like either partner.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter species, interspecies, okay. Or friends or family members, you see. But sometimes they're jealous. It depends, yeah. Mostly, if they are very, very sweet, gentle, then they form a relationship very quick. Remember before I had a chicken and a rabbit. The rabbit was enamored with the chicken. Whatever the chicken does, he does. The chicken eat not the same as rabbit, he eat the same. He even eat instant noodles with the chicken. Some of my assistants, they give some instant noodle, you know, the dry one, broken, and give to the chicken. Of course, the chicken eats it. And the rabbit also come and eat. And he always want to come and hug the chicken and kiss the chicken. And the chicken, no, just let him also. The chicken was very docile, you know, very sweet. But that rabbit definitely is very, very enamored with the chicken. He follows her everywhere. Eat everything with her. Do everything with her. The chicken, he can fly quick. For example, he fly from here to the higher table quick. You know, not flying, but easy to for him. And the rabbit cannot jump so high. So he looked left and right. And then he saw a chair next to it. So he jumped first on the chair. And then he jumped on the chair arms, and then he jumped on the table. Wow! So he really can think logic, you know? So don't ever think that rabbits are stupid or animals are stupid. They're not. I witnessed it myself, you know, in front of me. He really climbed on the chair, and first he looked around. He wanted to climb on the table, he cannot. Then he looked left and right, and then he jumped on the chair. And then he tried to jump on the table again. He cannot. It's still far. So he looked, and then he jumped on the arm of the chair. And then from there, he jumped on the table. And then they're together again. Yes. Incredible. He knows how to think. Rabbit, they don't jump high normally, you know. But because the chicken was on high. That was a high table, not this. You know, those eating table, dining table. Very high. Yes. And it was outside in the yard, you know, like for picnic table. And he does jump like that. And he follows her everywhere. My goodness. So they have affection for each other, you know, very deep, very deep. If you see them, you think they are lovers for ages, you know, for centuries or something. And there's a goat, also enamored with the chicken. You see the picture on the video. The goat came, kiss the chicken all the time. French kiss, you know. I did not teach him like that. He always come and go near the chicken and try to kiss her all the time. Yeah. Very funny. And he's a young goat, you know, not very old. I guess he just like each other, you know. So cute. And the rabbit is very cute, you know. He follow us also and chase us around, you know, like playing game around the the bushes and things like that. They do have intelligence, and they know who's who, they know who loves them, who not. Yeah, very, very good. Okay, any other question? Why you ask me about that?
No, I was wondering the affinity.
Affinity, what for? Of course we have affinity with each other. Normally, that's why we go together as a family or as a group or as pets or, or as friends or enemies, partners, business, associate, etc., etc. And you have affinity with each other, that's why you sit here in the same room. Yeah, affinity for sure.
Thank you, Master.
The king and the queens, and they do have guards, because they have to deal with so many people. Some people are just there to bug them, and not like intentionally sometimes, but sometimes intentionally, just want attention. Just inconsiderate, And of course, like, there's only one king in the country or one queen, one prime minister. Everybody, when they have time to see him or her, of course, they want to take as much time as possible and as much attention as possible from that guy. But they don't understand the poor minister or the poor president. They're very, very busy, Don't ever envy any president or prime minister or king or queen. They're very busy. So if they have to see everybody and everybody try to cling on to their time and like that, they'll be dead in no time. It's really can be very hectic for the leader of the nation, yeah? I also feel sorry for them because they working, day and night just for the namesake, Being a president, you look at them, okay, they have a private airplane, the whole army and a lot of bodyguards. They look very impressive. But what does he have? He can't even go out in the coffee shop corner to have a quiet coffee with his wife or children. Never. He can never go and eat without people staring at his mouth or his soup. Even flies come to the soup. President's soup is different from other soup. And the bodyguards are always day and night next to it. You can't even eat without people staring, even your own bodyguards, I'm telling you, being a king, a queen, or president, it looks glamorous, it looks fun, But it's not all that fun, okay? You have power, but it comes with price, yeah? You have the guarding, the safety, but it comes with the guards. See what I mean? You have the presidential palace, but it comes with the presidential work, which is a lot, yeah? It depends on country. Maybe smaller countries, less hectic, but still, it's not like in Mars, they're one nation. They don't need to go to the neighboring country. One planet, one nation. No need to go to have a diplomatic relationship with any other country. So they're better, they're more peaceful that way. In this planet, every country must have a group, of diplomatic personnel. You must have diplomatic relationship with other nations. Sometimes we look up to president or king or queen and think, wow, what a nice position, Everywhere you go, the whole army protect you and everybody salute you and everybody bow to you and respect and everything. It seems so glorious and impressive and powerful. But, what a price to pay, huh? What a price. Sometimes they are not in control of their power, but they are victim of the power that invested in them. Like as a president, you're expected to do what, to do what, to do what. And you can never do everything. You can never please everybody. And then you have trouble all the time. Even if you are voted into the presidential palace, above 50%, yeah? There's still 40-something% which don't like you. That's a big force. And that's millions of people. Yeah? If it's a big country, it's a lot of people who against you, who don't like you. Maybe don't hate you that much, but don't really like you because the leader lost the election, and they will not forgive you for that. The winner and the loser both lose something. The winner lost some of the affection. Half of the country at least, or 1/3 of it. You see? 1/3 of people don't give you their heart. Yeah. No matter what you do, they won't like you. Because they lost their business. Yeah. They lost their pride also, okay? And because he has to live in this kind of, balance, very delicate balance. No matter what he does, he still knows behind his back that there are some people who don't like me. And that is for sure. And no matter how much he does, it's never enough. In a leader position, you cannot do everything. There's always a compromise, You can never do even the things that you want. And even the thing that is righteous and is correct and is beneficial to the country. Okay, ciao.